Kentucky, you'd better watch out. There's an EF 215 state champion coming to your screen all the way from Paducah. Sir, if you would, tell us who you are.
I'm Jack James, class of 2025.
And you are the 215-pound 2024 state wrestling champion representing the Blue Tornadoes of Paducah Tilghman High School. And Paducah Tilghman, man, you guys have got it going on out there in the western part of Kentucky. Before we talk about what got you into wrestling, man, what's the secret sauce out there in Paducah, man? You guys are absolutely crushing it.
Oh, man, we got the best coaches around. And we got the best drill partners as well. We got a good, nice program building. We got a really nice room that's, a year old now, 2 years old now. We got all new mats. The coaches are they're amazing. They push us very hard. They're on top of us. They keep our weight down. They give us all the opportunities to be successful.
And man, that's great. And you can tell, man, Paducah, which we'll talk a little bit about the 2023 season later on in the video, but starting with that 2022 season with 3 state champions and 23 team state champions, I think 4 individuals, and then this year with you, it's just, you're like, whoa, Paducah, they ain't going no place, you know what I mean? All right, so what gets you into wrestling? Like, what's the attractiveness of it? What keeps you interested in it as a younger guy? So walk us through that for people that don't know the story.
Honestly, I had never heard of wrestling. Now I've heard of it, but I've been wrestling for 11 years now, and my dad, he's the one that put me in it. He's done martial arts and like Brazilian jiu-jitsu and all that stuff, and he thought that he wished he did wrestle when he was younger. So he put me and my brother in it. We wrestled for the Purchase Area Pounders. I
like that.
All the way through youth. We were a pretty good team. We were really good. The twins are on it, and they're very successful. But my dad, he definitely got me in it, and if without him, I'm not sure if I'd still be in it, because he keeps it.
I understand, man. And I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Are you did you grow up in Paducah? Did your family move into the area?
Oh no, I've always lived in Paducah.
Okay, I don't. My family as well. We're probably about 7 hours apart. Paducah, I've been there one time in my life, and that was 2020. And I took my drone around the state and done a compilation video. I was like, I got to get out of my house. I got to do something. So I took my drone around the state of Kentucky and visited all the tri-points, like where 3 states come together. And the counties that I hadn't been to, McCracken was one of them. And I made a roadmap of how to hit all the counties I needed to hit along my way. And Paducah was or McCracken County, I should say, was one of the counties I'd never been to. So I'm totally unfamiliar with a lot of what goes on out your guys' way, but nevertheless, the wrestling seems to be on top of its game. Now, there's a pretty good parallel between your better football teams usually have some pretty good wrestlers on them. Some that come to mind off the top of my head are your Johnson Centrals, your people like J.J. Jude, 2-time state champion, holds the Kentucky state record for rushing yards in a career. Jordan Blanton, 2-time state champion. He was a member of Johnson's 2016 state championship team. We go on and on. Willie Rodriguez that wrestled at Covington Catholic. Of course, I don't think he wrestled this year because he's going to play Division I college football. But nevertheless, there's always parallels between having some good, if your school has wrestling, having some good wrestlers on the football team, having some good football players on the wrestling team. So I have to ask, 215 pounds, man, you're a pretty big size dude. Do you tear it up on the gridiron?
I try to. I'm a quarterback. A lot of people misinterpret me as a linebacker, but yeah, I say that wrestling definitely helps your mental toughness and your physical toughness as well. We have a lot of wrestlers that play football as well, and we have a pretty good football team as well.
Now doesn't Uriah play football as well?
Yes, sir. He's a starting linebacker.
I was going to say, between you and Uriah on opposite sides of the ball, man, that's a pretty punishing combination coming at you.
Oh yeah, and
I would not want to have to game plan against you guys. My goodness,
oh, yeah.
that would be that'd be tough as a coach to try to stop you guys on either side of the ball. So you started wrestling at a very young age. I think that might be the best youth name, the Purchase Area Pounders. I love that. That's a heck of a name. And doing your bracket research, I was able to come up with everything, and it looks like, I don't know if there's been a bigger jump in weight from in a 4 or 5 year span than what you've had from not just making it to the state tournament, but I'm talking about placing all the way through. 2020, 113 pounds as an 8th grader, 6th place. So you're on the podium. I actually got to officiate that state tournament. I may have had one of your matches. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been so many matches ago. 2022, 165 pounds as a freshman, 8th place. So that's pretty good. I believe that year, which we'll talk about Paducah Tilghman's state champions just in a second, but Paducah had 3 state champions that year, 3 on top of the podium. And the rest of the state had to take notice, like, oh my gosh, where are these tornadoes coming from? What's happening? 2023, 175 pounds as a sophomore. Track has your record 35-13. You come in 3rd place. You get to the quarterfinals. You run into Jude Powell, eventual state champion. Jude gets you by a fall, 1:13 seconds. Of course, like we said, Jude goes on to win state championship that year. His review videos on the channel. You get to the 3rd and 4th place match. You win by a fall over Seth Davis from Johnson Central, 2 minutes and 35 seconds. And you are on the team for Paducah's first team state wrestling championship. So it has to be a great feeling knowing that you guys made history. You guys brought the first state wrestling championship home to Paducah Tilghman. That had to be pretty cool, right?
Yes, sir. It was awesome. It was definitely incredible.
And of course, with that, Paducah had 4 individual state champions. And let's go over the current, as of this filming, we're filming this on March 7th, 2024. We want to kind of timestamp it that way. If somebody goes back in 3 years and watches it, or like, no, you're wrong, Alex. No, like, we timestamp it. This is as of this filming. 2022, Eli Payton, Malachi Ryder, and Uriah Verzi, they win it. I didn't put the place down of what Paducah come in, but it was, I think, top 6 or 7, something like that. 2023, you guys had 4 state champions that year. Jaden Frazier, Caleb Mays, Malachi Ryder, and Uriah Verzi. So in 2 years, man, 7 state champions and a team state championship. Like, Paducah, man, they're for real. They're not a flash in the pan. They got it going on. And of course, this year, you bring in the total to 8 individual state champions, like I said, as of this filming. And for the Paducah Tilghman fans, maybe Jack's videos brought you to the channel. Eli Payton, Uriah Verzi's 22 and 23 review videos are on the channel, and we're going to be reaching out to Jaden and Caleb, and we're going to try to get in contact with Malachi as well to get his review videos. So we kind of alluded to it earlier. You said the coaching staff, the room you guys have, the community support, and the just the overall atmosphere of Paducah Tilghman wrestling. When you guys are, I guess, in the off season, preparing for this year, I guess that would be the 23-24 season. You guys are king of the mountain. You guys knocked Union County off the pedestal. They had won it, I believe, 7 years in a row. If I'm not mistaken, you guys took them down. When you guys are preparing, October 15th comes around, do you kind of feel that target on your back or that bounty on your head? Hey, everybody's gunning for us this year.
Yes, sir. I definitely. There's definitely a target on your back when you're coming in as the former state championship team, and also you're losing 3 of your seniors, which really hurts you. And another state championship, Malachi, he didn't come back and wrestle with us this year. So we definitely needed some guys to step up. Unfortunately, we didn't get all the guys to step up this year. And Uriah also fell short. But next year, we've got a whole new mindset. We will be once again the underdogs. So we'll have to come in and work even harder with a chip on our shoulder.
I get that. I completely understand. And the 23 season, which you guys right now, you're seeing a photo of the banner hanging in Paducah Tilghman's gym. And like I said, I've only been to McCracken County once, and that was just passing through. But you guys also got one of the highway road signs, Paducah Tilghman State Wrestling. So for the people that live in the area, maybe they've not seen or don't know about it, where is that sign located at?
I'm pretty sure it's right over by Baptist Health. It's our hospital right next to our school.
Okay, no, that's pretty cool that you guys have it. And don't ever let anybody tell you that high school athletics aren't important to communities, because if you drive around the state or officiate like I do, and you roll into a town and businesses from maybe a team won a state football championship in the 80s or 90s, or basketball, wrestling, whatever it is, and you can tell the sense of community pride. They'll have like older style road signs that have been there for 25, 30 plus years. And you're just like, man, you can tell that it still means something, that even for a year, the community, the town, the student body, even the alumni, the county, maybe you only got one school, one small school, a couple big schools, whatever it is in your county, that bringing home a high school team state championship, or even an individual for that matter as well, it means something to that community. And that's what makes high school athletics so just fun to watch, so fun to be a part of. And I really believe that's a big indication of why this series has been as popular as it has, because we're finally getting the sport that we're all involved with wrestling. It's finally getting its spotlight like it should have a long time ago, or at least that's how I feel about it. But 2024, though, you're a junior, 215 pounds, and of course, that's what this video is. You start off your state tournament with a fall 47 seconds over Brady Johnson of Oldham County. So you're in, you're out, man. It's a 2-day tournament. You wrestle 3 matches on the first day, 2 on the second day. And there's really, if you can get in, get off the mat quick as you can, there's no sense in exerting more energy than what you have to. You never know who you're going to get in the quarters, even in the second round. The second round, you wrestle Mac Darlin from Lexington Christian, and you win that by a 3-0 decision. So, man, like I said, I alluded to, you never know who you're going to run into, especially the way that Kentucky's so diverse, so spread out. You may not see every single person in your bracket until you get to the state final, or state tournament, I should say. And you went from a 47-second pin to a 3-0 decision. So it's kind of good you did get in, get off the match, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Was so a 3-0 decision? Kind of talk to us. Was that just somebody you'd never wrestled, or going from under a minute pin to a 3-0 decision? That's a big change in style.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't feel myself with energy like I should have. I don't know, nerves got to me. I was very nervous. Going in, even if you are the number one kid in the state, there's still are nerves there.
Yeah.
There's a target on your back. didn't eat as well that match, and I feel like I didn't have that much energy. So I don't think I could have. I think I could have wrestled a lot better that match.
No, I get it. I completely. But as the old saying goes, man, sometimes you got to survive in advance. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Doesn't
sir.
have to be pretty as long as it's a win.
Oh yeah.
The quarterfinals, I guess you kind of got yourself in a better place. You win by a 53-second fall over Bailey Jones of Wayne County. So you had to, I don't want to say a scare, but you had maybe not your best performance. And you come out in the quarterfinals and you're like, no, daggone it. I'm the number one ranked wrestler for a reason, right?
Yes, sir.
I got you. In the semifinals, you're wrestling Tucker Roth from Pleasure Ridge Park out of Louisville. You win that by a minute 44-second pin, and Tucker goes on to get fourth place. So you start off that second day with a fall, and you're in the state finals. You're wrestling Javon Frazier from Bryan Station. Now, had you wrestled Javon before?
I've never wrestled or seen him before.
Let me get a sip of water there. Bryan Station, the Lexington school. I don't know how far Paducah and Lexington are apart. How far is that? Do you
About 4 hours.
About 4 hours, okay. And Bryan Station is not really, and Bryan Station fans, I'm not trying to disrespect you, believe me, but Bryan Station really, they've had a wrestling team for a very, very long time, and they're not really known for having a great wrestling team. Every now and then they'll have one or two wrestlers on a team that are good, but they're never like good enough to make it to a state duels to see you guys, or then like they just the only time you may see them is at the state tournament. So I think Javon had been number 2, number 3 ranked kid all year behind you. You guys, did you ever flip flop? Because I know he was always like right there at number 2, number 3 spot.
I think I'd moved from 175 to 190 in the rankings because they thought I was lower weights. And then they put me at 215, and I think I was second and then first.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
I got you. No, that's I was just curious because it was pretty clear that you guys were the 2 best there at the state tournament. In all my research, I can't find another Bryan Station state finalist. So I feel pretty confident saying that he was Bryan Station's first state finalist. And as of this filming, we have 38 of the 61 years on video, and there's not one there. Some of the brackets that you look at on not that the KHSAA is wrong, it's just we found some of the names, some of the schools aren't correct, I guess because they're hand wrote there on site and the wrong person got wrote in my research. So I feel pretty confident saying that Javon was Bryan Station's first state finalist. And it's wrestling somebody that you've never wrestled before, your first time in the state finals. What's going through your head after you win that semifinal match?
Keep it simple. Definitely keep it simple. I asked my coaches about it. I asked Coach Livy, our head wrestling coach. I was like, what do I need to do against this kid? What do I need to do on top if I take him down? He was like, quit overthinking it. He's like, do what you've done all year. Stick to your single leg. Hit your cradles on top. Get to your anchor. And that's just what I did.
No, I get it. And you have one of the best practice partners I have to imagine you could ask for. You had Uriah at 190 and you had Mooney at heavyweight. So, I mean, between the 3 of you, man, that's a heck of a trifecta right there.
Oh, yeah.
And which we're going to, we haven't met with him yet, but we're going to be meeting with Lane Kaiser. I think Uriah and Lane's finals match was probably the best of the entire tournament. There's 2 animals going out at it, and I can't wait to get that video on the channel. But the horse park, I'm glad that we were able to get back to the horse park, give everybody an arena to wrestle in. And I mean, we had to do what we had to do to get the tournament state tournament going in a high school gym. But when it's a state championship, you need to be in an arena. You need to be in a big venue. And I'm glad you guys got that experience. And a little side note here is, I don't know if you remember it or not, but I got to Commissioner Joe Angola got me to line up the finalists for the face-off. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, me coming back here, and I was lining you guys up. So that was pretty cool to get to line everybody up. And you know, having one of these and having Flow Wrestling, I'm sure you've probably watched your match 1,000 times by now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I can imagine. Reese Goss from Johnson Central won it in 22, and as soon as he come off the mat, he got his dad's phone and he was watching it. I mean, he was like going up the steps or right there at GRC, going underneath that tunnel, watching his phone, going to watch. Like, man, enjoy it. You can watch it later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can enjoy it. So we're going to pull up your match here, bub. This video has the face-off, the Parade of Champions, the match, and the medal ceremony, man. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the Parade of Champions, presented by the U.S. Marines. Please stand and welcome your 2024 Wrestling Championship competitors.
Here comes the 215s. I believe that's you, the second one back, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I thought. This is my expert camera work here. My phone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to all.
This is me filming this too.
For the 2024 KHSAA State Wrestling Championships, presented by UK Healthcare. Let's meet the finalists. Now wrestling in the 215-pound weight class, the junior from Paducah Tilghman with a record 37-4, James.
It's a pretty long run from the backstage area to the main mat here, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
You know, knowing all the eyes are on you.
Oh, yeah.
Big one comes running out.
The 190-pound weight class, a senior with a record 32-7 from Paducah Tilghman, Jack James.
Of course, here's the bout. You're in that really nice black singlet. Now, is that your all's final singlets only right there?
Yes, sir. That's our
Okay.
placement sequence.
I got you. Placement singlets. Okay, fair enough. Okay, from neutral here, what are we looking to do? What's your bread and butter?
Oh, definitely my sweep single leg.
Okay.
I was kind of feeling him out there 1st I guess I got to my high crotch.
You got it. You got it. You're able to pull that knee down. That's what so many people don't understand about wrestling, is so much of it is just knowing when to pull.
Yeah.
You go for a pretty good lift there. Get some muscle on him. You get your takedown. Now on top, somebody you've never wrestled. Are we looking just to, like you said, fill him out here? Do you have like a game plan? Like I know I can hit this on him, or
I'm getting to my anchor, and then I'm trying to get to my crossface cradle here, and I ended up locking it up here.
I was gonna say it looks like you've got it right there.
I just couldn't get him over the whole time. He's just very strong. He's incredibly strong.
Yeah. And it looks like Does he get his leg free right there?
He did.
Okay,
Now
I
I try to get into
got his leg
Merkel.
free. But you kept yourself safe right there. Nothing yet. This has been a very fast-moving first period. You've got two good friends of mine out there, referees. Andrew Dennison's on the whistle. Kyle Moore's the assistant. He wins the toss. No, I'm sorry, you win the toss and you defer. And he takes neutral. Were you kind of surprised by him taking neutral there?
I was. I figured he'd take bottom, but I was holding down pretty good, so I understand why he chose neutral.
Yeah. There it is. You shoot in again. Got that single.
That's my bread and butter right there.
Yeah, man, you're good at it. Trying for a trip. There it is. There it is. Good. You get another takedown. Now, I know Coach Livingston over there in the corner. Who's the other gentleman with you?
Well, that's Jake Landels. That's our
Okay.
assistant coach.
Is that Jake the Snake?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
He needs to come to the mat with a big king cobra like Jake the Snake Roberts used to.
Yeah, he did. He should have. He's the one who runs our room.
Is he?
Yes, sir. He runs our practices.
Now, right here, it's looked like you're trying to run, put like a bar in or like a wing or something like that.
I was trying to get my tilt. I was trying to get to my
Okay.
cross face. So, yeah. Cross wrist, yeah.
He gets to his feet. He turns in, but you're able to muscle him back down. Are you sure you don't play defense, man? You look like you.
No, I'm just a quarterback.
I was going to say. All right, so it's your choice. And you take, I believe, down here. Now, this is the first time we've got to see you on the bottom. Walk us through your repertoire, your toolbox. What are we looking to do here?
Usually, I feel him out, see what his first move is on top. I hadn't been rode much all year, but a few times early in the season, whenever I was first getting into wrestling.
Right.
But I'm definitely going tripod stand up usually, as you can see here.
Get to your feet, and was it a decision to go back down, or was he just strong enough to pressure you back down?
He pressured me back down.
Okay. There it is. It's like he's trying to run a half or something right there on you, or trying to work for a half anyway, I should say.
I think he's trying. He was trying to cradle me the whole match.
Okay.
I think he was trying to.
Yep, he was over your head there. I just saw that. And he hit you. Dennison hit you for stalling on the bottom.
I think he did.
Yep.
I feel I was holding on to the match because I had a 4-0. I was comfortable with my lead. And I knew I was going to move.
Mm-hmm. Which, right here, you have You captured that right leg of his, like you're trying to come out the side. You're working for that reversal, moving pretty good. And it's short time. You have to know there's short time in the match. You look over at the clock, you see it. Man, there it is. You win your first state championship by 4-0 decision. Good performance. And like you said earlier in the video, you kept it simple. You didn't try anything, or it doesn't look like you tried anything that you wasn't comfortable with or putting yourself in like unneeded danger or vulnerability. Here's the medal ceremony. Of course, you wrestled Mac here, 5th place performance. You wrestled Tucker as well.
3rd place from Walton, Verona, Luke Ida. Your state runner-up in the 215-pound class from Brighton Station, Javon Frazier. And your 215-pound state champion from Paducah Tilghman, Jack James.
And there you are, man, climbing to the top of the world. Get your bracket, your medal, your state championship signed. And that's where this one ends. So, like we said earlier, you've probably watched it, who knows how many times by now. But I don't want to say don't beat yourself up, but are you happy with your performance in it? Even like you won, yes, of course, but like, was it the game plan that you kind of visually or mentally visualized, I guess, before you went out there? This is what I wanted to do, and that's what we were able to do.
Yes, sir. I expected myself to win the state championship, but I wish I would have finished some of my matches differently. Definitely that 3-0 match and my finals match. I wish I would have finished on top.
And there's a great saying that Coach, I'm sure other people have said it, but legendary Kentucky basketball coach, 1978 national championship coach Joe B. Hall, he has a saying, you never know how you're going to win. And whether it's a 15-second pin or a 4-0 decision in the state finals, I mean, you had what it takes to get the job done either way. And my hat's off to you, man. Excellent performance. You and Javon, man, two pretty good sized men out there going at it. I mean, two muscular, athletic looking dudes out there, going hard, and you were able to do what you needed to do, bro. So you're coming in next year as a senior. I would have to imagine the goal is the repeat, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm still undecided if I'm going to wrestle next year because I'm going to play college football. But I'm definitely planning on wrestling next.
I got you.
semester.
And that was what I was going to kind of lead into is what's the where can we see you playing in a couple years in the fall, man? Who's reaching out to you as of this filming?
I have 8 total offers. But I would like to my top 3 right now are Troy, Tulane, and University of Kentucky. Those are my top 3.
Man, I'd love to see you in the blue and white, being a Wildcat, bro, for real. I really would. You would that would be awesome to see you down there. Because a couple years ago, Landon Young, state wrestling champion out of Lafayette, played lineman, currently in the NFL. And it'd be great to have another state wrestling champion on the roster. SEC football, man, that's where it's at,
That is the dream. Play that one day.
I completely understand. So, Jack, man, whatever path life takes you on, whether it's football, devoting all your energy to football and wrestling next year, whatever it is, I wish you the best. Thank you for doing this review video with me. I know the Paducah Tilghman crowd and the rest of the state will be happy to see the match, hear your story. And I like to give everybody the opportunity before we close the video out. Is anything you'd like to say, any shout outs, any subtractions, anything like that you'd like to say to add to your video? Man, the floor is yours.
I like to thank my family. I like to thank God. I like to thank all my friends, my coaches, and my teammates. Especially them. They're the ones who go in the grind with me every day, practice. And then my coaches, they plan it out, and they plan very hard practice for us to have to endure every day. And I'm very appreciative of all the people in my life now.
Hey, man, I completely understand. And so many people, not just, guys that are still in high school, or even the girls now that are still in high school, state wrestling champions we've met with so far, but even men that we've met with going back to the 60s, the 70s, 80s, all the way up through, is people don't, if you're not from a wrestling family, you really don't understand how much time goes in to the season, the off season. Yes, every sport we know, parents have to take kids and spend Saturdays at ball fields or, weeknights in gyms or whatever. But wrestling, man, if you've never done it, never been around a family, like, you don't have to go to a basketball court and lay down a basketball court. It's already there. Football. The football field, for the most part, I would have to imagine, is already there. The baseball field, the soccer field, whatever it is, it's already there. But when you have a wrestling meet, you got to, roll the mats up, put them in somebody's truck, move them to the gym, get the gym set up. And that is something that people don't understand, how much work actually goes in, that the wrestlers put in, the parents, the guardians, whoever it is, the coaching staff, all that. So it truly is, it takes a community. I mean, it really does. And it seems like Paducah, man, they've got a heck of a community out there supporting you guys. So that's all that we have for Jack in this video. And man, like I said earlier, depends on how life takes you. If you're on top of the podium again, I'd love to have you back in 2025. If you decide to play football and you're repping that blue and white of Kentucky, I'll be there on Saturdays cheering you on, saying, hey, I know that guy. He's on my YouTube channel. Go watch his review video. Mark Stoops, put him on defense. He's a better tackler than what you got. I guarantee it. Bro, thank you for doing this. I greatly appreciate it. And now we can say, girls, my tagline, we will see you guys and girls on the mats.